Let's put the Ornamania program through its paces. Once you've downloaded and installed Ornamania on your Windows computer, an icon like this will appear on your desktop. Double-click it and the program begins. If you've used the program before, whatever you were working on the last time you used it will be reloaded. Let's right off the bat, though, load something different. Let's load a picture. So I'll click File, Load Picture, and then I'll browse around through my picture collection until I find one that I like. Let's try this one. I double-click it and it loads into the program. And now I can drag the triangle around and start looking for a good ornament. Let's talk about these buttons. This is the spin button, which will spin the ornament at a constant rate. This is the animate button, which will move the triangle automatically. This is the full screen button, which will display the model in the entire window that you've allocated for Ornamania. You can maximize Ornamania if you want to make it fill the whole screen, or you can drag the borders of the window just like any other Windows program. This button is the print button, which I would click if I wanted to actually print an ornament, or if I wanted a larger size ornament, I would click this descender and click Print Large Ornament Sheet via PDF. This would put one square on each piece of paper, and you need 6 pieces of paper to construct your ornament. Let's drop back to the full screen display and stop the animation and the spinning. And this time we'll paste in a new picture. So I'll click File, and I don't have a picture on my clipboard yet, so I can't paste it. So I'll browse for pictures and I'll go to Bing Public Domain Art. Let me change this to Public Domain Flower Illustrations. And then I'll scroll down until I see one that I like. This looks pretty nice. I'm working in a very tiny screen here. It's going to be easier for you to do this than it is for me. There's the flower illustration I'm interested in bringing in. If I click that, it will display it full size, and then I can either click the print screen key on my keyboard, or I can right-click and click Copy. Either of those actions will place a copy of this image on the clipboard. Now I'll drop back to Ornamania by closing this window, and I'll click File, Paste Picture, and there I brought it in. And I'll just animate viewing of that, and that's going to work fine. That's generating a lot of possibilities for ornaments. Alright, I'll stop the animation, and let's concentrate on these buttons next. The one that's selected has a white border around it, and this one allows me to move the triangle about. This button allows me to scale the triangle by dragging up and down, making it larger or smaller. I could also go back to Move. Now I'm in Move mode, but if I use my right mouse button, that too will increase or decrease the size of the triangle. I can rotate the art by clicking this button and then dragging up and down. You don't use that quite as much. And I can return to 0 rotation by clicking this little downward pointing triangle. If I'd like to zoom in on just the part that's part of the ornament, I can click Zoom here, and I can drag on this and move it around as well. This is handy if you really want to be exact about how things are laid out. I can come back to a full view by clicking this. This button is less frequently used. It lets you do some primitive editing of your picture. I'll click it and I'll just crop away most of the picture, just leaving that. And I'll load that in, and we see that been cropped. Well, that's just about it for the basic operations, except for these over here. This controls which triangle is used to generate this art. So There I've changed the triangles. If you want a symmetric ornament, these top 4 triangles are the ones to play with. If you don't care about symmetry, but you care about text, you would use these. Let me illustrate that by loading a ornament that I saved earlier. This is the GOP elephant, and there it is. If I select one of the symmetric triangles, we see that that elephant is duplicated and mirrored to generate a completely symmetric ornament. But if you would just like one elephant on each of the triangular faces, you would use these triangles down here. So now I'll resize this, and now I have an ornament that has one elephant in each triangle. This is also the way you would handle text if you wanted to put Obama or Romney on an ornament. This is how you would do it. Okay, well, that's a quick run through of the basic capabilities of the program. There's more stuff, of course, down here, but I won't go into that. There's a help file and a PDF file that explains the use of all the commands in the program. So I think you've seen enough to have your curiosity whetted, and I wish you good luck in using the program.